Hello everyone, I am Fatih Ahmad Shauki from Geofisika. Welcome back to Breaking News. On Saturday, January 15th, 2022, an underwater volcano, Hanga Tonga Hanga Hapai, located in the Pacific Ocean, erupted violently. The eruption triggered a tsunami that struck several countries, including Tonga. According to local residents, the eruption produced a massive explosion and sent volcanic ash high into the air. Many people initially thought it was a bomb explosion, but shortly after, strong waves flooded their homes. Tsunami warnings were issued in several countries following the eruption, including Tonga and New Zealand. The tsunami waves swept through coastal areas and damaged multiple houses. The capital city of Tonga, Nuku'alofa, located just 65 kilometers north of the volcano, was severely affected. The sound of the eruption was heard across the South Pacific, even as far as New Zealand and Australia. According to the United States Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, the volcanic activity had actually started a day earlier on Friday, January 14th. The eruption was clearly visible from satellite images, showing just how powerful it was. Geoscience Australia also reported that the eruption had regional impacts, and their models show the potential danger to several nearby countries. Here is a video clip of the tsunami recorded from the Twitter account Sakaki Oana. That is all for now. Stay aware of natural disasters and always follow updates from official and trusted sources. I am Fatih Al-Nashoki. See you again on the next edition of Breaking News.
Hello everyone. Today's news about the earthquake in Bogor area, West Java. Let's discuss this further with me, your presenter, Felchikian. A shallow earthquake with a magnitude of 4.1 struck Bogor with tremors felt as far as Depok. The earthquake occurred on Thursday night, April 10, 2025 at precisely 10:16 p.m. local time. The quake caused damage to residents' homes as well as government offices. The Meteorology, Climatology and Geophysics Agency (BMKG) identified the earthquake as a shallow one caused by the activity of an active fault line. According to an early warning issued through the BMKG Info application system, the epicenter of the earthquake was located on land precisely at coordinates 6.62 degrees south latitude and 106.80 degrees east longitude at a depth of 5 kilometers or about 2 kilometers southeast of Bogor City. As a result of the incident, both homes and government offices were damaged. Bogor City's Disaster Response Unit Tagana reported damage caused by the 4.1 magnitude quake. So far, 17 buildings have been reported damaged following the tremor. This report was based on data from the Operations Division of Tagana Bogor City, Sumardi, as of Friday, April 11, 2025 at 12:38 a.m. Western Indonesian Time. The damages included collapsed roofs, cracked walls, and in some cases, homes that completely collapsed. Damaged buildings included residential homes and schools. Several damaged buildings were reported in various sub-districts such as Bondongan, Muarasari, East Cilendek, Rancamaya, and Gudang. Residents recounted the panic they experienced during the quake. People reported feeling a strong jolt when the quake struck. Some said they heard a loud booming sound just before the ground started shaking. Others described a rumbling noise and vibrations that last about 5 seconds. These effects were felt in various locations, including Gunung Sindur, Ciapus, and Parung. BMKG explained that the booming sound is a typical characteristic of very shallow earthquakes. High-frequency vibrations can cause rumbling or explosion-like sound that are clearly audible on the surface. The following CCTV clips will be shown, capturing the incident and the resulting damage.
Info gempa.
Based on BMKG's preliminary seismological analysis, the earthquake is confirmed to have no tsunami potential. BMKG urged the public to remain alert, continue following guidelines from local authorities, and not be swayed by unverified information until a full analysis of the event is officially released by BMKG. Bogor City's Regional Disaster Management Agency BPBD, has been deployed to collect data and provide emergency assistance to affected residents. The city government also urged residents to remain calm but ready to follow instructions from relevant authorities. That's all for today's news. Thank you and bye bye.
Good morning, listeners. You are tuned into Geophysical News Update, and I am Fiorita Aurelia Wakano, bringing you the latest development from the world behind the feed. On Thursday, September 26, 2019, at 6 hours 46 minutes 44 seconds a.m. Western Indonesian Time, a significant earthquake struck the Maluku region. According to the Indonesian Meteorology and Geophysics Agency, the quake registered a magnitude of 6.5 and was centered on Serang Island, 42 kilometers northeast of Ambon, Maluku, at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers. The earthquake was classified as a shallow event with strike-slip fault mechanism oriented northeast-southwest. The tremors were felt across several areas with intensity ranging from 5 to 6 on a modified Mercalli intensity scale. This level of shaking indicates strong to very strong intensity, capable of causing moderate to severe damage of structure. In the aftermath, reports indicated significant structural damage in parts of Ambon City, including damage to buildings at Patimura University. The earthquake also triggered landslides in certain areas, complicating rescue and relief efforts. Tragically, this event resulted in the loss of 41 lives and injuries to over 1,500 individuals. In the days of following the main shock, the region experienced numerous aftershocks with over 1,100 recorded by October 6, 2019. This aftershock contributed to the ongoing anxiety and displacements of residents, many of whom sought refuge in temporary shelter. In the aftermath of the earthquake, the BNPB, in collaboration with the Bandung Institute of Technology, conducted a detailed geophysical survey between October 18 and December 15, 2019. The study led to the identification of a primary fault zone estimated to be 35 kilometers in length, extending in a north-south direction from Kairatu in West Seram to the Haruku Strait in central Maluku. In addition to the primary fault, secondary fault zones were also identified east of Ambon Island, trending northeast-southwest and northwest-southeast. This orientation corresponds to patterns previously observed in the 1993 geological map of Indonesia. The BMKG closely monitored the situation, providing regular updates and advisories to the public. They emphasized the importance of relying official information and cautioned against the spread of misinformation regarding potential future earthquakes and tsunamis. The 2019 Maluku earthquakes serve a stark reminder of Indonesia's vulnerability due to its location along the Pacific Ring of Fire. Continuous scientific monitoring, enhanced disaster risk education, and improved community preparedness are essential to minimizing the impact of future seismic events. For up-to-date and reliable earthquake information, the public is encouraged to visit BMKG's website or follow BMKG's official social media channels. That concludes this special report. I am Fiorita Aurelia. Thank you for joining us, and may we all remain informed, prepared, and resilient in the face of natural disaster.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is a World News Report and I am Geofisika Seluri, bringing you global coverage of the most pressing development shaping our world. Tonight, we begin with a tragic and powerful natural disaster that has shaken not only a region but a nation and captured the attention and concern of the international community. On January 7th, 2025, the highlands of western China were rocked by a devastating earthquake. The tremors struck Tibet Chingri country, a mountainous region nestled near the border with Nepal, unleashing chaos and destruction in its wake. At precisely 3:47 a.m. local time, when residents were fast asleep and the frigid winter night had wrapped the region in silence, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake ruptured the earth beneath central Tibet. The quake struck at shallow depth, estimated at only 10 km, amplifying its destructive potential. Seismic waves radiated quickly through the region, with minutes, ancient monasteries, family homes, and public buildings crumbled. Entire community were jolted from their sleep, some never to wake again. The destruction was swift, indiscriminate, and severe. Initial report confirmed that at least 126 lives were lost, with more than 350 injured, some critically. However, officials fear the true death toll may be far higher, as entire villages remain isolated by landslides and collapsed roads. As rescue efforts continue, the number of missing is rising by the hour. Tigray, a county of breathtaking mountains and deep cultural heritage, has now become a symbol of national mourning. Many residents live in modest homes, not built to withstand a quake of this magnitude. When walls began to shake and ceilings fell, there was little time to escape. Mother clutched children beneath blankets. Moms were buried beneath falling stone of 600-year-old temples. Survivors now gather in freezing open air, mourning not only loved ones but the loss of homes, identity, and security. In one village, a school collapsed entirely just before students were scheduled to arrive for early morning lesson. In another, a lone survivor was pulled from rubble 11 hours after the quake, a rare moment of hope in a day of tragedy. The emotional toll immense, as family huddle in makeshift tent under sub-zero temperature, waiting for aid, comfort, and news. The tremor did not stop at Tibet border. Seismic waves were felt as far as Nepal, Bhutan, and the northern states of India, including Sikkim and Ladakh. In Kathmandu and Darjeeling, people rushed out of buildings in panic as walls swayed and genders swung violently. International seismological agencies, including the United States Geological Survey, confirmed the strength of the earthquake and began analyzing fault lines for potential aftershock, some of which have already reached the region. The Chinese government has issued a level 1 emergency response, the highest level possibly, dispatching thousands of military personnel, engineers, medics, and search dogs. Drone surveillance is being used to locate survivors, while portable hospitals are being flown to treat the wounded. International aid agencies have expressed readiness to support relief efforts, with the United Nations and the Red Cross monitoring the situation closely. The quake has also damaged some of Tibet's most sacred and historic landmarks. Monasteries that stood for centuries, repositories of faith, history, and Tibetan identity, have been reduced to rubble. Priceless Buddhist artifacts may be lost forever. There are growing concerns about the fragile environment of Tibetan plateau. The earthquake triggered landslides, trinated glaciers, and may have disturbed the course of local river, raising the risk of flooding and water contamination. For many, this tragedy is not just humanitarian crisis but a cultural and ecological emergency. This earthquake has reminded the world of both the raw power and of nature and the fragility of human life. In a matter of seconds, entire communities were changed forever. Tonight, as we reflect on the lives lost and the pain endured, we also recognize the remarkable courage of those and the ground rescuers, volunteers, and ordinary citizens pulling one and another from wrecks, offering warm food and prayer. To the people of Tibet, you are not alone. The world mourns with you and stand ready to help rebuild what was taken. Your response in the face of darkness is a light we all can admire. We will continue to monitor the situation closely and bring you updates as they unfold. This has been Geofisika Glory reporting for World News Report. Stay with us. Thank you.